Yo, 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 what is good, you guys? Today, I have a highly requested video. I'm going to teach you everything that I can about Arcana cards. The Arcana cards are literally end game Ion. You have gear, you have mana stones, you have optimization of the stats on your soul buying stats, you have your David boards, PvP, PvE David boards, everything in between. But without Arcana cards, you are literally missing half, if not 75% of the potential of your character. The David or the Arcana cards are equivalent to the David board, but much more profound. Not only do they give you the best, like, legendary stats, they also give you extra skill levels, passive skills, active skills. So if you aren't grinding for the best in slot Arcana cards, then you legitimately could never reach certain levels on your skills, or it's going to be it's impossible to reach level 20 on some of these skills. Hitting level 12 and 16 might be possible, but if you want to hit level 20 on your best in slot skill, you're going to have to min max your Arcana cards. So for those of you that really want to be strong and really want to compete, this is for you. If you don't know about Arcana cards, let's get it, man. All right. So let me hide this. I'm actually hiding my webcam for this too because I it might block something that you guys need to see. Okay, this is my character. All right, so this is my character, and these are my current Arcana cards. Currently, I am running a four-piece Primal Vigor. Two-piece set bonus gives me 60 PV attack. Four-piece gives me 150 PV attack. But the thing about that is, ideally for PvP, if I was truly min-maxing, I would want a two-piece primal, and then I would want a two-piece magic armor set, because the magic armor set is going to give me extra mana back after a certain point. And for PvP, that's a little better than PvE attack. However, getting to that point with the best in slot cards, like I did have a green card that was really good for PvP, but I had to get rid of it because right now I'm going for level 20 Crushing Wave. And I am currently at, I'll show you, +8 on Crushing Wave. You can see here that 4 are coming from my David board, 3 are coming from Arcana, and 1 is coming from the Equip gear. So if I can get this to 4 Arcana, 4 David board, and then 2 Equip gear, then I can have a level 20 skill. And that is the whole purpose of Arcana cards, to get to a level 20 skill for your best in slot skill. So I'm focusing all my resources right now on that. I got a level 4 legendary card. However, I need to get this parchment to ideally legendary next, because this is gonna also have the potential for my crushing wave. Or I could get blue and or legendary compass with crushing wave as well, because I'm gonna need, like I said, 2 to 3 more levels from Arcana cards. If I get more from Arcana cards, it'll be better because then I'll have less to min max on my gear. However, that is my direction for my cards. And as you can see here, for these cards that I'm equipping, I'm getting all of these passive stats. I'm getting cooldown reduction, I'm getting HP, I'm getting endurance, I'm getting combat speed, I'm getting damage, right? I'm getting more damage, more HP absorption from my passives. I'm getting a lot of skill levels. So without having these cards, I would essentially probably be like 200, 250 combat power less, maybe somewhere around there. I just estimate it. But it's not just the combat power that's important. All of these passive skills are not really giving combat power, so it doesn't really truly show the value when we just talk about combat power or item level. These passive skills are giving us a lot of extra damage. Okay, so That is the basic overview of Arcana cards and why they're important. It's min maxing your build, min maxing your skills, really getting to end game, really getting to level 20 so that you can have 3 skill specializations on one skill. 2 at 12, 3. So let me just show you. So you got 3 skill slots. And then when you hit 12, you can have 2. But when you hit 20, you're going to be able to have 3. So if you want 3 skill specialties, we need to hit level 20. And that's when your full potential of that skill really, really, really unlocks. At least at 12, you can get the like I said, the second bonus. At 16, you can get the last node in the specialty, but at 20 is when you can get 3, and that is the most important thing. So yeah, like I said, that is the basic importance of why Arcana card is so important. Okay, well, first step, how do you get Arcana cards? You need to go do Transcendence. Okay, now you have to start at level 1. Deus Research, level 1, Shattered Arcanist. I am currently rank 49. Um, I guess I'm rank 49 in the world on these times for these dungeons, as well as really just spamming Transcendence. I am like not a huge PvEer. I am not a huge PvEer, but um, I love Transcendence. It is insanely, 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 insanely good. Okay, so start at level 1. At level 1, you're only going to get like gray Arcana cards. At level 4, you unlock the potential to get uh, green cards. It's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to get a green card at level 4. So ideally, you don't really want to spend your tickets and your energy until you're at level 3 or level 4. This is if you're sweaty. This is if you're min maxing. If you're casual, just take your rewards as you get them. But if you really want to min max, you really want to sweat, and you want to utilize your resources the best possible, you're going to S rank 1 to 4. And I recommend you don't do this in random groups. I recommend you do this with some friends. Do this with some friends and a static. Make a group and set a time, because doing this with randoms is not effective. You want to make sure you have friends that you can push to the highest level possible as your gear progresses. So you get to 4, you're going to be farming greens. And then when you get to 6, you're going to be farming blues. You pretty much have an almost guaranteed chance to get 1 blue out of this. However, it's literally just 1 blue card available. So if you want 2 blue cards available, you got to get to 7. And then you have you're really going to get almost a guaranteed blue, but then it's an RNG chance whether you get the compass or the bell. So you get compass and bell from level 7 Deus Research, and then from Shattered Arcanist you're going to get a level or a blue level mirror and a blue level parchment. And then the same thing for level 6, you're only going to have the ability to get 1. It's going to be mirror, but it's going to be blue. So grinding 6 is really good for grinding out the materials needed to upgrade your cards if you're using them as fodder. However, if you want the all bis blues, you got to start making it a 7. And I've made it to 7. I've completed 7 here, and I've completed 8 here, but I still don't have all of the blue cards that I need. So I need to be spamming 7s. I wanted to essentially level up my gold card, so I spent a lot of time farming 6s just so I could have the fodder. But now that my gold card is level 4, it maxes out at level 5. However, level 4 is really hard to get. Level 5 is going to be insane. It's 48,000 EXP. It's literally double what it took to get 3 to 4. Whereas just getting to like level 3 here is like literally less than 20k Arcana EXP. You can see here the blue to level 3 to 4 is only 9k. So imagine the green. It's probably closer to like 7K. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's really low. It's really low EXP. It's really easy to get to level 3 green. It's kind of challenging to get to level 4 blue, but essentially you want to roll. You want to continuously get these cards until you get the skills that you want for each card. So I'm gonna go through each just so you can kind of see. I'm getting life from parchment, and I'm getting active skills. I'm getting time, which is combat speed from Grail, and then I'm getting active skills. I'm getting death, which is damage, um, and I'm getting active skills from Compass. So those are like your three most important skills for like active damage. And then I have illusion, cooldown reduction, and passive skills, passive damage on my mirror. And then for my bell, I have more passive skills, and I'm getting justice. Okay, so those are stats you get for these primal vigor type of cards. However, like I said, there are magic armor cards, and those magic armor cards are going to give you totally different effects. You can look here through the transmute menu, and the Grail space. The Grail for magic armor gives me space. That's why I have primal vigor, because I wanted the combat speed. The magic armor parchment gives you destiny. The magic armor compass gives you death, destruction, and then wisdom. And then for primal, you're getting totally different stats. We're getting illusion, justice, freedom, life, time. So min-maxing the stats that you actually need from these cards, and then min-maxing the set bonus. Like I said, I really like that two-piece magic and then two-piece primal for PvP. But right now, I'm focusing mostly on skills. I think skills first, passive set effects next. As long as I have a pretty good PvE set effect, it's whatever. Um, but keep in mind, again, the skill levels that you get per card are somewhat bis. Even if you get a higher level card, sometimes the skill levels are more important than the rarity of the card. Okay. All right. And since we're in the transmute section, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. You can get legendary cards from level 9, but the reason I didn't go over that, because if you're not swiping, you're probably not going to get there. And if you're swiping, you probably already know how to get there. But for most people who aren't insanely welled out, who's not 3K, 3.4K combat power, you're not really going to be feasibly doing level 9s. It's definitely possible. If you even have just one whale in the group, it's definitely possible. But you have to do enough damage and have to survive long enough for it to matter. So we're going to not focus so much on that right now. What I'm going to focus on is the extraction method. So with every card you don't use, it's gonna appear here. I don't have any right now because I spent them all to get my gold card to max. However, every card that's not equipped is going to be here, even the cards that are not in your current set bonus. So be very careful when you're using this extract feature. Do not extract a card that you want for your other set. Make sure that you're choosing, the lowest grade cards or whatever cards you don't use when you extract. But what happens when you extract is this gets to 100% and you get a mysterious crystal. Well, what's a mysterious crystal for? A mysterious crystal, you need 5 mysterious crystals to craft or transmute a gold card. That is how I got my Primal Vigor gold Grail card with time or combat speed. Okay? You can choose one effect, one guaranteed effect. I chose Crushing Wave, obviously, because that's my most important skill. And then it's going to give you another 3 random effects. And then every time you level it up, those skills are going to level up with the card randomly. So you are crafting Primal Vigors with 5 mysterious crystals from all the cards you don't need. You're extracting them from mysterious crystals. There's other ways to get mysterious crystals as well. In the season shop, in the growth section, you'll see at the bottom, you can either spend 25k season points on a mysterious crystal, or you can spend your season points on buying Arcana cards. These Arcana cards are used to level up the card that you want max level. So when I look at those intermediate cards and I go to Arcana, When I go to equipped and I go to enhance, that's where my fodder cards, that's where those intermediate cards are gonna appear. They're fodder so you can level up the enhancement level of your actual Arcana card. Okay. So we've went over the Arcana cards, the passives, the set bonus. We've went over enhancement through equipped cards. We've went over extraction of unneeded or unnecessary cards, as well as fodder cards, right? The growth cards in the season shop, so that we can get mysterious crystals. We've went over purchasing mysterious crystals in the season shop. There's other ways to get mysterious crystals. You can get them from certain season missions, right? If you look at challenge, this one right here, the Tower of Trials, right? Achieve a final score of 4,000 in Ascension Trial. So if you can hit 4,000 in Ascension Trial, then you can get a free Mysterious Crystal. There's multiple missions in here that are going to give you Mysterious Crystals. I think there's also even achievements in the game that can give you Mysterious Crystals. There's multiple ways to get Mysterious Crystals so that you can get to 5 Mysterious Crystals and then craft your first gold card. The way I did it was 2 from achievements, 2 from the season shop, 1 from extraction. But you're gonna have to figure out your favorite method. I'm just telling you my method, and I'm telling you how I crafted my first gold card. Okay, I know this is a lot of information. I know that I tried to include everything I can. However, if there was something I left out or some type of question you have, please drop it in the comment section. Please, please, please let me know, and I will do everything I can to help you out. Thanks so much for watching the video, you guys. Peace and love.